For the first time in over 50 years, the gender pay gap is actually widening. Not getting smaller, getting bigger. The reason behind this is remote work. So basically, women are taking pay cuts in order to avoid returning to the office. If you're tired of talking about return to office, you're not alone. I'm sick and tired of talking about this trend, but it is worth noting that this is having real impact on women's salaries. Let's talk about Courtney, who's identified in this Washington Post article. She decided to take a $30,000 pay cut in order to stay working remotely. Though it was a significant step back professionally, she was able to work from home in Atlanta and spend more time with her daughter. According to this article, she would have never thought of taking this kind of step back in her career, but now she's saying she would actually rather be unemployed before going back to an office every day. And this is a sentiment that's felt by a lot of people. People don't want to go back to the office, and they especially don't want to go back to the office 5 days a week. The reality is that women are making that decision more often than men, and that is changing how they are getting paid. So take a look at this chart from the US Census Bureau. At the height of women's pay in 2020, women were getting 84 cents to the dollar that a man was getting on average. That has decreased in the past 4 years to just 81 cents. Though 3 cents might not feel like a huge difference, it is a concerning trend. A lot of this has to do with the pandemic, with who was laid off in those years, and also the choices that women were making to stay home with their kids when schooling was no longer available. Another way to discuss this pay gap change is to talk about the motherhood penalty. The motherhood penalty accounts for much of the remaining gender wage gap, according to a review of the economics of the household, which found that when women have better access to childcare, their median earnings are higher, as is the ratio of female to male earnings. All this to say, when women have access to better childcare, they're able to find and keep higher paying jobs. So what do you think the solution is here? Should we allow people to continue working hybrid, or is there some alternative that we haven't necessarily discussed? Let us know.